Hi everybody, I'm Richard Hartshorn. I'm Scottish and Southern Electricity Network's EV Readiness Manager, and I'm going to take you through our EV strategy. Now, our electric vehicle strategy was launched in March 2020, and it was important for us to publish it because whilst we'd been working to the strategy, we recognise there's a lot of investment and a lot of decisions being made off the back of certain developments. And we thought it was important to show the direction of travel that we're working on to start to give some direction of travel then to the stakeholders. So it has been built up using extensive engagement with stakeholders such as yourselves, also based on the work we've been doing in terms of innovation projects, our various experiences to date operationally, and then the vision that we pulled together for the future. And it builds importantly and links with the digital strategy and the DSO strategy that we've also published. And the crucial thing is it's all focused on the experience of our stakeholders. And that's true of so many aspects of what we're working on is we don't do this in silos. We look at what people are asking for, what their expectations are, and we try and make sure that we can achieve those. Now, we've set out within the strategy a number of visions for different stakeholder types, and this is what we think will be the benefits for those specific types of stakeholders in future. And these are primarily built upon the capabilities that you've asked for. So we've set ourselves the target of delivering these in the coming price control period and the one we're currently in. And we're already working on most of these capabilities at the minute. One of the big things that came out over the last year or two is the request for EV heat maps and capacity maps. Now, we're in the process of trying to work to achieve that, but I think it's important to note that we want customers to have absolute confidence in the data they have. And so we've embarked on a multi-million-pound project to try and improve the data that we have to the point where it can be used with confidence by yourselves. So unfortunately, we've delayed publishing the EV heat maps, but we will be keeping everyone up to date throughout the rest of the year on how that project is progressing. But crucially, it lays out what we think is needed for domestic customers, commercial customers, local authorities, and then charge point operators or generally infrastructure providers. And we think they're the four key stakeholder types that we have. Obviously, it's not an exhaustive list, but it gives you a flavour of what we're working towards. Now, the approach we've taken to making sure that we remain EV ready is built upon 5 key principles. And we have the first one around using data analytics. That's so important as everything's starting to become digitized. It's around making sure we've got the right suite of tools available to use, working with local authorities to build up strategic plans of investment, using innovation where we can and making sure that we have the right capabilities in-house to support what we're trying to do, and most importantly, supporting what stakeholders are aiming to do. It's all about realizing those ambitions. Now, in the strategy, we go into all the different actions that underpin each of these principles. So we thought it's worth giving a bit of insight into what's needed to be done. So you can see under each pillar then the different aspects, and you can see as well what our progress has been with relations to those. And importantly as well, we've highlighted for ones where it's relevant, where there's a link to our sister strategy documents like the digital strategy and the DSO strategy. And in addition, we've highlighted where stakeholders have specifically asked us to focus on a particular aspect. Also in the document, we draw out through case studies some of the key initiatives that we've undertaken so far. It's just a small portion of our portfolio, and we can obviously provide much more in the way of details by reaching out to us or using some of the hyperlinks in the strategy itself. Now, at the end of the strategy, we have the opportunity for yourselves to give us some feedback, and this is probably the most important part in all honesty, because the strategy needs to evolve. It needs to change to make sure that we can refine our approach, that we continue to help you with the most appropriate mechanisms and opportunities, technologies, services. And the only way we can do that is by knowing what your views are. So we've set out a series of questions. you'll be pleased to hear is a chance to give anonymous feedback. So yeah, please do follow the link that's in the document at the end and provide us with that insight that we can keep refining it, along with obviously the feedback that we're gathering from the sessions that are planned later in the year. And the strategy itself is available on our website. And there should be a link within the slide pack here that you can click upon. If not, it'll be sent out in the materials afterwards.